The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is produced in partnership with the School District of Lee County, Waterman Broadcasting, and NBC2. This program features high school students in both public and private schools from 6 Southwest Florida counties as they compete in this exciting academic challenge. The A-Team Challenge is brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union.
Well, hello and welcome to A-Team Challenge. I'm NBC2's Rob Duns, and it's my pleasure to be here today as we help to highlight and feature some of the best and brightest young students in Southwest Florida. Before we get started, though, a bit of history here for you on A-Team Challenge. We are now in our 30th year of production, and once again in sponsorship by the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, NBC2, Suncoast Credit Union, and of course the great school district here in Lee County. This is a single elimination competition. We started several weeks ago with 34 high schools from 6 counties here in Southwest Florida, and now we are down to just the final 4 as one of these 2 teams will move on to the championship round that you'll see on NBC2. This is a single elimination competition, like I mentioned, and as you'll know here with the subject field, it comes from a wider range of topics. They include the fields of math and science, arts and humanities, language arts, literature, general knowledge. Everything is fair game for you today here on A-Team Challenge. The way our game works is we'll have 2 opening rounds in which the students will buzz in to answer their question first, and the final round is a lightning round in which the teams will work together. All questions that are answered correctly today are worth 10 points, and incorrect responses are not deducted from anyone's scores during the game today. Today's competition is between the students who are representing Barron Collier High School on my right and Naples High School on my left. With that in mind, students, hands on your buzzer, and let's play A-Team Challenge. The first question for you in round number 1. Euclid's algorithm calculates what property of 2 numbers, which is 1 if they are relatively prime, and is canceled when reducing? Glenn from Barron Collier.
Greatest common factor?
Yes, that's what we're looking for. We would also in this case accept a greatest common divisor, but greatest common factor will work for this one as well. That will be 10 points then onto the score for Barron Collier High School. Next question. What type of couplet has 2 rhyming lines in iambic pentameter? Cody from Naples High School.
Sonnet.
No, I'm afraid not. At Barron Collier High School, you're offered an opportunity. I believe the foghorn was first, which means that we're out of time with that particular question. But what we're looking for here is called heroic couplet. All right, we'll move on then to our next question. What artist whose tomb for Pope Julius II features his horned Moses showed Mary cradling the dead Christ in a marble Pieta in St. Peter's Basilica? Glenn from Barron Collier.
Michelangelo?
Yes, Michelangelo is the artist we're looking for here. That will be 10 points then to Team Barron Collier. Next question for you. The major maritime republics in the Middle Ages were Venice, Pisa, Amalfi, and what birthplace of Christopher? Cy from Naples High School.
Genoa?
Genoa, yes. The Republic of Genoa, of course, was the birthplace of Christopher Columbus. That will be 10 points down to the score for Naples High School. Next question. What author wrote about a person who lives hundreds of years after changing sexes in Orlando? Charlotte from Barron Collier.
Virginia Woolf.
Yes, Virginia Woolf, and then depicted Clarissa's dinner party and Mrs. Dalloway. Great job there. That'll be 10 points then for Team Barron Collier. Next question. Pascal's law governs the hydrostatic form of what value that can be measured in bars? Abhijit from Barron Collier.
Pressure.
Pressure is what we're looking for here. Great job. That would be 10 points then onto your score. Next question for you as we continue along in round number 1. What work in which Thrasymachus calls justice the interest of the stronger depicts a city-state run by philosopher kings and is a dialogue by Plato? Cy from Naples High School.
The Republic.
The Republic is exactly right. Great job. That will be 10 points then onto the score for Naples High School. Next question. Swan's Way is the first volume of what work by Marcel Proust? Charlotte from Barron Collier.
In Search of Lost Time.
In Search of Lost Time, yes. We would also accept Remembrance of Things Past, but this is where the narrator is reminded of childhood by the taste of a Madeleine cookie. Great job there by Team Barron Collier. That will be 10 points then onto your score. The next question we have for you is a math question. So for the contestants, it will appear on the screen in front of you. For those of you folks at home, what single-digit positive integer? Cy from Naples High School.
6.
6 is exactly right. That would be 10 points then onto Naples. The rest of the question, for those of us who aren't quite as fast, is a positive integer is both congruent to the expression 13 modulo 7 and is the degree of a hexic polynomial. Great job there by Team Naples. Next question for you. What 1882 law, which was repealed during World War II by the Magnuson Act, banned immigration to the United States from its namesake Asian country? Abhijit from Barron Collier.
The Chinese Exclusion Act?
Yes, the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. Great work there by Team Barron Collier. That will be 10 more points onto their score. Next question. What book in which Dictionopolis is visited by Milo and the Glenn from Barron Collier?
Phantom Toll Booth.
Yes, the Phantom Toll Booth is visited by Milo, and the clock-bearing dog Talk is named for a magical transit device and is by Norton Juster. Great job by Team Barron Collier. 10 more points to your score. Next question for you. What surname is shared by a politician who was the 2000 Reform Party presidential candidate and a woman named Daisy in The Great Gatsby? Cy from Naples High.
Buchanan.
Yes, Buchanan. Of course, we're referring to Pat Buchanan, who ran for president, and Daisy Buchanan, who is from The Great Gatsby. Great job there by Team Naples. Next question for you. What musician whose album Low was part of his Berlin trilogy? Caroline from Naples.
David Bowie.
Yes, David Bowie. He collaborated with Queen on Under Pressure and in Space Oddity sang about Major Tom. Great job by Team Naples. That would be 10 more points to your score. Next question. An ice hockey-inspired mode called Snow Day can be played in what 2015 video game? Quinn from Naples.
NHL 15.
No, I'm afraid not. The complete question for Team Barron Collier, 2015 video game developed by Psyonix, in which players control cars playing soccer. Glenn from Barron Collier.
Rocket League.
That's what we're looking for here, Rocket League. Great job there by Team Barron Collier, 10 more points to your score. As we continue along here in round number 1, next question, what state, which is home to the Kisatchie National Forest, also includes a park named for Jean Lafitte and the cities of Shreveport and Cy from Naples?
Louisiana.
Louisiana is exactly right. Of course, that includes the cities of Shreveport and Baton Rouge. Great job. Next question for you takes us back to mathematics, so the question will appear on the TV screens in front of you guys. For those of you at home, Abhijit from Barron Collier.
11.
11, great job. The question there, for those of us who aren't as fast as these great students, what two-digit number is both the only prime factor and the cube root of the number 1,331? Great job by Team Barron Collier. Next question for you. What leader, emboldened by the Sacho Alliance, declared the charter oath to launch a namesake restoration, replacing the Tokugawa shogunate? Abhijit from Barron Collier.
Meiji.
Meiji, that's exactly right. 10 more points then to Team Barron Collier. Great work. Next question for you. The Ohio National Guard killed 4 students protesting. Alex from Barron Collier.
Kent State.
Kent State University. Of course, these students were protesting the United States invasion of Cambodia and studied at Kent State University back in May of 1970. Great work. Next question for you as we move along in round number 1. What animals have a Gravy's species that is less social and larger than the Plains species and has a narrower pattern of black and white? Cy from Naples.
Butterfly.
No, I'm afraid not. The complete question, Alex from Barron Collier.
Zebra.
Zebra is what we're looking for here. They have the Gravy's and both Plains species. That would be zebra. Great job. Let me turn the page, get you a new list of questions here in round number 1. The next one is, in the John Steinbeck novel, The Grapes of Wrath, Tom is a member of what family of Okies? Charlotte from Barron Collier.
Joad family.
The Joad family, yes. They are the family of Okies who traveled to California. Great work. That'd be 10 points then onto the score for Barron Collier. Next question. What man whose father Charles was prosecuted for tax evasion by Chris Christie in 2004 is an advisor to Donald Trump, who is also his father-in-law? Cy from Naples.
Jared Kushner.
Yes, Jared Kushner is who we're looking for here. Great job. That will be 10 points then for Team Naples. Next question. Brain cysts form after eating food contaminated with eggs of what type of flatworm that consists of a string of proglatids attached to a scolex? Cy from Team Naples.
Salmonella.
No, I'm afraid not. Barron Collier, you're offered an opportunity here. I believe the foghorn was first, so unfortunately we're out of time with that question, but what we're looking for here is tapeworm. All right, moving on to our next question. Robert Stroud was called the Birdman of what facility Glenn from Barron Collier.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. Great job. He, of course, housed Al Capone, a federal prison on an island in San Francisco Bay. Great job. Current score is 140 for Team Barron Collier and 70 for Team Naples. But don't go anywhere. There's a whole lot more A-Team Challenge coming your way, including team introductions right after these messages. Stay with us.
2 pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit SuncoastCreditUnion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
The Foundation for Lee County Public Schools is celebrating 30 years of enhancing education throughout Lee County. With the support of the business community and community at large. More than 3,000 students have participated in hands-on learning opportunities at local STEM businesses through our STEM at Work program.
One of you can hand the seeds out, one can plant and one can water.
This is actually my favorite class. In this one, I'm growing okra, and that one, we're growing lettuce.
Our Take Stock in Children and student advocacy and mentoring programs have provided more than 5,000 hours of mentoring to low-income, at-risk students. And this year, more than 350 students will attend our college and career readiness workshops. If you would like to learn more about how you or your business can get involved, please visit us online at www.leeschoolfoundation.org.
Our schools are faced with increasing budgetary challenges. Now, there's an easy way for all of us to support education. By purchasing a License for Learning plate and renewing it each year, $20 are contributed to our schools to help our children. Support the License for Learning campaign. If you've got a car, get involved. For more information, call the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, 239-337-0433. Get involved.
Welcome back to A-Team Challenge on NBC2. I'm NBC2's Rob Duns, and I first want to introduce you to some excellent students here representing Southwest Florida high schools. Let's begin with Team Naples, who are coached by Ms. Debbie Barnett Cantor and led by Team Captain Sai Rachumala. Sai is a 10th grader and in the future is off to study at Stanford University, where he plans on majoring in engineering. Next to Sai, we have Quinn Rieger, who is a 10th grader. Quinn is currently undecided on which college and which major he'll be pursuing, but I'm sure he'll find great success in whatever he chooses. Next, we have Cody Lamb. Cody is a 10th grader off to the University of Pennsylvania in the future, and Cody plans to study in business. And last but not least, for Team Naples, we have Caroline Corbin. Caroline is a 9th grader, and in the future will be studying at either the University of Florida or the University of Toronto, and major in political science and international relations. The students representing Barron Collier High School are coached by Mr. John O'Brien and led by team captain Alex Foster. Alex is a senior who will be off to study at Yale in the future and plans to major in computer science. Next to Alex, we have Abhijit Neelam Chawla, who is an 11th grader. Abhijit is off to Princeton in the future and plans to study astrophysics. In the second row for Team Barron Collier, we have Charlotte Atkins. Charlotte is an 11th grader who plans to study at Columbia in the future and major in literature. And last but not least, of course, for Team Barron Collier, we have Glenn Randall. Glenn is a 10th grader who hopes to study at Cornell and major in computer science. As these contestants know, and as you know now at home, round number 2 works just like round number 1. So with that in mind, students, hands on your buzzers, and let's get back to A-Team Challenge. Your first question in round number 2. Charlottetown is the capital of what province? Canada's smallest. Caroline from Naples.
Prince Edward Island.
Prince Edward Island. The one going to the University of Toronto should know that one. Great job there by Team Naples. That'd be 10 points then for your score. Next question. What novel in which Amy Denver helps a slave running away from Sweet Home is named after the deceased child of Setha? Charlotte from Barron Collier.
Beloved.
Beloved, yes. And this is, of course, written by Toni Morrison. Great job there. Next question for you in round number 2. Along with the Jutes, which Germanic peoples migrated in the 5th century to Britain, which they ruled until the Norman conquest of 10? Glenn from Barron Collier.
The Saxons.
Yes, Saxons, of course, a complete word would be Anglo-Saxons, but we will accept Saxons, and of course they ruled until the Norman conquest of 1066. Great work. Next question. Andesite and rhyolite are what type of rock that can be classified as intrusive or extrusive, and which forms from the cooling? Caroline from Naples.
Igneous.
Igneous, exactly, yes. This forms from the cooling of magma or lava. Great work. Next question for you. Uranium and plutonium are part of what grouping of 15 metallic elements? Glenn from Barron Collier.
Lanthanide?
No, I'm afraid not. Cody from Naples.
Actinides.
Actinides is what we're looking for here. This is a grouping of 15 metallic elements that is named after the element with atomic number 89. That'd be 10 points then for Team Naples. Next question for you. What opera in which Der Halle Rocke is sung by Charlotte from Barron Collier?
The Magic Flute.
The Magic Flute, of course, sung by Queen of the Night, concerns Tamino's quest to rescue Pamina and is by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Great work by Team Barron Collier. Next question for you. Percocet and fentanyl are among the prescription medications central. Caroline from Naples.
Opioids.
Opioids, yes. This is, of course, a big story in the news that you've been an ongoing crisis that's involving the opioid class of drugs. Great work there by Team Naples. Next question for you in round number 2. What man who was killed along with George Moscone by Dan White in 1978 was a member of the Board of Supervisors of San Francisco and was openly gay? Alex from Barron Collier.
Smith.
No, I'm afraid not. Naples High School, you're offered an opportunity. The name of the person we're looking for here is Milk, Harvey Milk. I think Sean Penn did a movie about him a couple of years ago, maybe. All right, the next question for you. The 1992 Summer Olympics were held in what city? Alex from Barron Collier.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, exactly. This is the capital of Catalonia, which is the second most populous city in Spain after Madrid. Great work. Next question for you. What author who wrote about Temple Drake in his novels Sanctuary and its sequel Requiem for a Nun set many of his works in Yoknapatawpha County? Charlotte from Barron Collier.
Faulkner.
Faulkner, yes. William Faulkner. Great work. That will be 10 points then to the score for Barron Collier. Next question for you. What political party, which was founded in Buffalo in the 1840s, was opposed to the expansion of slavery? Caroline from Naples.
The Republican Party.
No, I'm afraid not. The complete question for Team Barron Collier was opposed to the expansion of slavery and nominated John P. Hale for president. Alex from Team Barron Collier was in under the wire, so Alex.
Free Soil Party.
That's what we're looking for here, the Free Soil Party. Great work. That'll be 10 more points onto your score. Let me turn the page, get you a new list of questions here. The next one in round number 2. What instrument was played by the musician Bill Evans, bandleader Dan Brubeck, and the signature Glenn from Barron Collier?
Piano.
Yes, piano. Of course, this is the signature performer of Take the A Train, Duke Ellington. Great work there by Team Barron Collier. 10 more points to your score. Next question. Bomb and differential scanning are varieties of what instrument that measures the heat absorbed or released by a chemical reaction? Abhijit from Barron Collier.
A thermometer?
No, I'm afraid not. Team Naples, you're offered an opportunity. Cy from Naples.
Geiger counter.
No, I'm afraid not. What we're looking for here is a calorimeter. All right, next question for you as we move along in round number 2. What monosaccharide, which bonds with glucose to form sucrose? Alex from Barron Collier.
Fructose.
Fructose, that's what we're looking for here. This, of course, doesn't trigger insulin, has a low glycemic index, and is oftentimes referred to as fruit sugar. Great job by Team Barron Collier. 10 more points to your score. Next question in round number 2. Buckingham Palace is in the what borough of London, also home to St. James's Palace, and whose namesake palace houses the... Alex from Barron Collier.
Kensington?
No, I'm afraid not. The complete question for Team Naples, whose namesake palace houses the UK Parliament. Cy from Naples.
Westminster.
That's what we're looking for, the city of Westminster. Great job by Team Naples. That will be 10 more points to your score. Next question. What film in which the protagonist's DOD supervisor is revealed to be a hallucination stars Russell Crowe as a Cy from Naples.
A Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind. Great work. It stars, of course, Russell Crowe as a schizophrenic mathematician, John Nash. 10 more points to Team Naples. Next question for you. Esther Summerson narrates what Charles Dickens novel that is named after a residence owned by one of the parties to the lawsuit Jarndyce and Jarndyce. I'm afraid we're out of time with this question, but what we're looking for here is called Bleak House. All right, moving on to our next question. What man who was the Whig nominee in the 1852 presidential election served in the Army for over 50 years and was called Old Fuss and Feathers? Cy from Team Naples.
William Henry Harrison.
No, I'm afraid not. Team Barron Collier, you're offered an opportunity. Glenn from Barron Collier.
Taylor?
No, I'm afraid not. Who we're looking for here is Scott, Winfield Scott. All right, moving on to our next question. What 1494 treaty used a longitudinal line of demarcation? Cy from Naples.
Treaty of Tordesillas.
Tordesillas, that's what we're looking for here. This divided the New World between Spain and Portugal. Quick update for you on our score. Barron Collier is currently in the lead with 220 points. Naples is trailing right now with 140, but a lot can change during the lightning round. That's coming up right after these messages. Stay with us.
Since 1986, the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools has worked to enhance and enrich education throughout the school district of Lee County. We are proud to have funded 2,500 educator grants, provided development training for 850 teachers through our Collegium program, and free school supplies for more than 5,000 classrooms. For more information, visit www.leeschoolfoundation.org.
This one's packed with hope. This one's packed with big dreams. This one's packed with inspiration. It may look like a simple brown bag lunch, but it's really a big way to make a difference. That's because when you become a Take Stock in Children mentor, it takes just 1 hour a week to make an impact that can't be measured. Change a life over lunch. Become a mentor today.
Take Stock in Children is a major program of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. For more information on how you can become a mentor, call 239-337-0433 or email info@leeschoolfoundation.org.
And welcome back to A-Team Challenge on NBC2. Before we get to the final lightning round, let me first introduce you to the alternates who are now on set here with us. Representing Team Naples High School, we have Maya Coleman. Maya is a 9th grader who is currently undecided on which college and major she'll be pursuing in the future. And we also have Jenna Ganzabam. Jenna is an 11th grader and is also currently undecided on which college and which major she'll be studying at in the future. Representing Team Barron Collier, we have Corey Olmstead. Corey is an 11th grader who is off to study at MIT in the future and plans to major in physics and mathematics. And last but not least, we have Fernando Bonagas. Fernando is an 11th grader who is off to the University of California, Berkeley, and plans to study in pre-law. Here's how the lightning round works. We have 3 folders here, and the team that is currently trailing going into the lightning round will choose from one of these folders. I will ask them a list of questions, and they have 60 seconds to provide a team answer, but the team captains are the ones who have to give the final answer that the judge is okay as an up or down particular response. The way this works, again, I give 60 seconds once I finish asking the question, and they do have the opportunity to pass, and if we have enough time, we'll come back and see if we can get it on the second go-round. Since Naples is currently trailing with 140 points, the first question is Team Naples. Which folder do you choose, blue, green, or yellow? Okay, for the control room then, and for the judges table, we have the Team Naples with the yellow folder. All right, one more reminder, 60 seconds after I finish asking you the first question, you have the opportunity to pass. If you want to, we'll come back and see if we get it if we have enough time. Naples High School, the subject of the yellow folder is chains. Answer the following related to chains. Namesake state in a series of films about chainsaw massacres. Yes. Group of prisoners shackled together to perform manual labor.
Chain gang.
Chain gang.
Yes. The chain rule finds this calculus operation for a composition of multiple functions.
Derivative.
No. Yes, I'm sorry, yes, correct. The Chain is a song by this band of Landslide and Rhiannon.
Pass.
The apex type of these organisms are at the top of the food chain.
Keystones. Sorry.
No, I'm afraid not. The first cryptocurrency to use a blockchain.
Bitcoin.
Yes. The chain that imposes hierarchy in the military.
Pass.
British game show named for the most vulnerable part of a chain.
The weakest link.
Yes. Welsh poet who wrote, "I sang in my chains like the sea in Fern Hill," and you are permitted to give a response. No, I'm afraid not. All right, as the judges tally up the scores here, the ones that we passed, The Chain is a song by this band of Landslide and Rhiannon was Fleetwood Mac. The apex type of these organisms are at the top of the food chain. We're looking for predator there in that particular question. The chain that imposes hierarchy in the military, chain of command. And last, the Welsh poet one was Dylan Thomas. All right, so great job by Team Naples. Let me switch folders here, and we'll move over to Team Barron Collier. Barron Collier, same question applies. Do you choose the blue folder or the green folder for your lightning round? Blue, all right. For the control room and then for the panel of judges, we are going with the blue round, or the blue folder for the lightning round on Team Barron Collier. Team Barron Collier. The subject of the blue folder is literary characters and authors. What American author wrote about Roderick Usher and his sister Madeline?
Poe.
Poe.
Yes. The Glass family in such works as Franny and Zooey.
Salinger.
Salinger.
Yes. Martin Arrowsmith and George Babbitt.
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yes. Tyrone Slothrop in Gravity's Rainbow.
Pynchon.
Pynchon.
Yes. Rip Van Winkle and Ichabod Crane.
What was his name? Pass.
Dickens?
No, it's not Dickens. Pass.
Gilbert Osmond in The Portrait of a Lady.
James.
James.
Yes. Nathan Zuckerman in such novels as Exit Ghost.
Pass.
Pass.
Tess Hutchinson in the story The Lottery.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yes. Dean Moriarty in On the Road.
Kerouac.
Kerouac.
Yes. Robert Jordan and Frederick Henry.
Pass.
Pass.
Rip Van Winkle and Ichabod Crane.
Irving.
Irving. Yes.
Yes. Nathan Zuckerman in such novels as Exit Ghost.
Yeah. Spooky.
No. No, I'm afraid not. What we're looking for there is Philip Roth, and the last one, Robert Jordan and Frederick Henry, was Ernest Hemingway. All right, with that in mind, Barron Collier has won the game with 300 points. A quick round of applause and a handshake and a high five for these two excellent teams. Again, a real quick thank you to the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, NBC2, Suncoast Credit Union, and of course the Lee County School District. We'll see you next time on A-Team Challenge.